ASMR. I don't need to be too entertaining. It's just a NBA whisper ramble video about, well, everything going on in the NBA right now. The NBA season is about to kick off. The preseason is pretty much wrapped up for all the teams. And there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I still have not done my picks and predictions for the MVP, Rookie of the Year, Sixth Man, Coach of the Year, blah blah blah, all those awards. I think you guys already know who I'm picking for my NBA champion as well if you've been watching the channel for quite some time. And taking a look at ESPN's official top 100 player list. Just gonna skim through really fast and kind of see, well, how bad it is. I think it's gonna be a very fun video, so I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, make sure you guys like the video. And if you do like the video, click the like button. I would really appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe as well. Also, comment down below, I guess, your own favorite NBA team. What team you think is going to be the best, the worst, the best player, the worst player, anything revolving the NBA. I would love to know down below in the comments. Also, big announcement this Monday night is actually my birthday, October 21st. This Monday, there will be a birthday live stream that's going to be so much fun. I really hope you guys are there. It's going to be Monday night, Jake Baller's birthday live stream is going to be, you're not going to want to miss it. The first thing we're going to get into tonight is my predictions and picks for next season's awards. So, the MVP, Coach of the Year, Sixth Man, all that fun stuff. We're going to get to that kind of fast and then go through all the other fun stuff that we have to go through today. So, the Coach of the Year, Coach of the Year award. Last year, the Thunder's coach, Mark Daigneault, not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly at all, won Coach of the Year. Very much so, the Thunder were, I don't want to say a shock last year. People knew they were going to be good, but man, they didn't know they were going to be the #1 seed in the Western Conference good. And I think who I'm going to go with, though, as my #1 pick, Tom Thibodeau. Yes, Tom Thibodeau of the New York Knicks. I think the New York Knicks have a big possibility of not only just obviously having a very good year, definitely winning the offseason, getting all their acquisitions, containing that team, keeping their players, and also just adding in Karl-Anthony Towns, which is really excited to see how that goes into the regular season and even in playoff play for the New York Knicks. But they have potentially the capability of being the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. I don't know any other team that's deep enough with that sort of star power that can really get over the hump over Boston, who I think most people have a lock to win the East. But I think Tom Thibodeau, I'm not sure if he's ever won Coach of the Year before, but I think he's going to really kick that team into high gear, and that team does have the chance to beat the #1 team in the Eastern Conference. Next up, we have Sixth Man of the Year. Last year was Naz Reid. The runner-ups were Malik Monk from the Sacramento Kings, Bobby Portis of Milwaukee, and I don't know why. Oh, sorry. Naz Reid is on the list again. Obviously, he's on the ballot. Never mind. Two runner-ups. I really like the winner of Naz Reid last year. I think he does also have a capability of winning it again because with the trade of Karl-Anthony Towns out of Minnesota, that just means Naz Reid is going to have to even improve more as a player. I like Julius Randle. Julius Randle's not Karl-Anthony Towns. Well, let me pump the brakes on that. Let me wait and see what happens. And maybe Julius Randle has like some sort of revenge season, what's going to be really cool to see that. But I really think one of my picks is definitely going to be Naz Reid. I think he is going to even have to improve even more to keep up with losing a star player like Karl-Anthony Towns to New York. Next up, we're going to have Most Improved Player. Most Improved Player. Now, the winner of it last year was Tyrese Maxey, which I like Tyrese Maxey a lot. Definitely does not deserve the award. I think we all knew, at least I would hope we all knew, that Tyrese Maxey was eventually going to be a very good player in the NBA, an all-star caliber player. I mean, at least I would say I saw that happening. The others were Alperen Sengun of the Rockets and Kobe White of the Bulls. I 1000% thought Kobe White should have won it. I mean, people were writing off Kobe White entirely not that long ago, and now he's, a very solidified NBA player. And I don't know, I definitely feel like he definitely should have won that award. If I can think of one off the top of my head, it would have to be like a player who is just getting a role that they really get, like with Kobe White last year, getting able to start because Lonzo was out. Even Lonzo Ball maybe could win it if he's actually feeling up to it. But I actually like and obviously Jonathan Kuminga. People have just been waiting for that guy to turn into something amazing. It could be one of their years. I think one of those two are going to be my picks for most improved player. Then we have Rookie of the Year, which not really the best Rookie of the Year sort of award going out. It's going to be like another like Michael Carter-Williams or Malcolm Brogdon Rookie of the Year. No offense to these people in this draft class. There's going to be some really good players that come out of it, of course, but whoever wins the Rookie of the Year this year is not going to be like the best player, I think, in the draft class, if that makes any sense. Last year's Rookie of the Year was, of course, Victor Wembanyama. Runner-ups were Chet Holmgren and Brandon Miller. I think if I had like a three-name ballot, number one, I think everyone's number one, Reed Shepherd from the Houston Rockets. If he gets the chance to start, or even if he doesn't start, even if he just has a really good off-the-bench sort of year, then eventually if the Rockets tank or they just give him more of the keys to the show, let Fred VanVleet do whatever he wants to do, I think what I've seen from at least in some preseason games and of course the Summer League, he was the best player in Summer League for sure. That dude is going to be a lights out shooter when Steph Curry retires. I think he might be the best three-point shooter in the entire NBA, and he just has a really smart way of playing the NBA game. So, and, you know, I really like the idea of if again Memphis does have that sort of comeback year that we're all waiting for. I think Zach Edey, he's going to be the starting center for that team. He's going to be pretty, you know, mature enough to be able to handle a role of a starting center of a good playoff team. He's going to get a lot of blocks, a lot of rebounds. He's going to, you know, stuff the stat sheets, and I think he's going to be looking really good. Is that going to transition into a long-term sort of thing for Memphis? I have no idea. I think he's going to be a solid player his entire NBA career, and I think just in this rookie class, you know, no one's going to really be popping out, you know, as a star, an all-star, or even just a very good NBA player until later in their careers. But I think right now, Zach Edey could possibly just be the best rookie. The defensive player of the year. Now, last year's winner was Rudy Gobert, with the runner-ups of Bam Adebayo and Victor Wembanyama. And I think everyone also has this guy winning this award, Victor Wembanyama. I think Victor Wembanyama last year just kind of got his name on the ballot just because of the number of blocks he had. Like, I think he led the league in blocks. I don't remember exactly, but he was just kind of, oh, he's blocking a lot of shots, let's put him on the ballot. I think now we're really going to see, you know, a whole year in the NBA to get really acclimated into sort of how defensive coverage works and things like that. Not only is he going to be probably leading the league in blocks, but also just looking like he's really making a huge impact on the defensive end. Now it's going to win the game. It's going to win the Spurs a lot of games, and I think it's going to transition to, you know, looking like a more winning style, not just, you know, Victor, you know, getting 4 blocks because he's a tall, lanky guy. And the last award is going to be the Kia MVP award. Last year's MVP was Nikola Jokic. Runner-ups were Luka and SGA. Now, I've been seeing, of course, the voter fatigue going on, and people are saying, Nikola Jokic is not winning another MVP this year, which is fine. It is what it is. I also kind of see like a little bit downer year this year for the Denver Nuggets. I can see them falling to like a 6th seed this year, even though that's still, you know, pretty solid. But, you know, that team is definitely on the way down than on the way up, if you know what I mean. I think I'm down to 3 names. I think Jason Tatum can get his name up there again if the Celtics are just still as dominant as they were last year. They didn't win last year because of just their narrative of, oh, the Boston Celtics have always been good, but they can't get over the hump, blah, 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 what team is it, blah, blah, blah. I think Jason Tatum could get his name in there, and that's kind of just like a whatever pick. But it's really going to come down to 2 names, SGA and Luka Doncic. In my opinion, I think it's finally Luka Doncic's year. I think Luka Doncic finally gets the job done. I have been picking Luka Doncic to win MVP for like the past like 3 years in a row. You can go like look at my old videos. I think maybe last year I picked Nikola Jokic, but man, I have been on the Luka Doncic bandwagon for so long. He's one of my favorite players in the NBA. I think he finally has a team built around him to not only have his own really good stats, but now have a team to win, you know, 55 plus games, which is usually what the number is to get an MVP nod. But if that doesn't happen, I think SGA kind of runs away with the award. Alrighty, now we're on to the next topic, the NBA's top is just as bad. So here we go. There's actually a website out there that actually did an entire overrated and underrated listing of the top 100 players in their underrated category. Ranked 97th was Herb Jones, arguably the best perimeter defender in the entire NBA, is ranked barely in the top 100. I think Herb Jones is another player you can definitely throw into that most improved category. He's just really raw on the offensive end. If that guy can just get it up there on the offensive sort of game style, man, he has a capability of being a great player one day. He's already got the defense down. That is definitely a very crazy position. Another underrated player, 88, they have Isaiah Hartenstein. I wouldn't say that's very underrated. He's not going to be starting. He definitely has a chance of also winning the Sixth Man of the Year award over there at OKC. Alex Caruso, I don't know if he's starting, could also win that award as well. 88, 80s, I think that's pretty good for Isaiah. I think that might even be a little overrated in my own opinion. Player coming off the bench, he is a very good player and actually was one of the key reasons why New York was so successful last year. Underrated again is Trae Young. Does anyone want to take a guess on where Trae Young was ranked in this listing? 37. Trae Young's ranked 37th on ESPN's top 100. That is insane. I get it. You know, the Hawks have been a whatever team for the past couple years. Trae Young has had his injuries the past couple years as well. My God, though, he's literally a engine of an offense. Like he's walking 25 and 10 every night. Like he's one of the best three-point shooters in the entire NBA. He shoots it deep. Like he's arguably the greatest. Like I don't want to say greatest. Sorry, the best playmaker in the entire NBA. He could lead the league in assists this year, and he's not even ranked top 30, top 35. Man, that is extremely bad. He's also a pretty bad defender, but his offense definitely makes up for it. Like that is crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, definitely needs to be up higher. At least on my list, he would be. Overrated. We have RJ Barrett ranked 53rd. RJ ranked above Herb Jones already is just a crazy thing. I would much rather have Herb Jones on my team than RJ Barrett. Sure, offensively, RJ has it down, but I don't know. I have no idea. If you're a Raptors fan, please let me know what the Raptors are doing. They're like a weirdly expensive team. Like they're giving out almost max contracts to guys like RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly. Like, no offense, those guys aren't gonna bud into all-stars or the guys that are gonna lead your franchise. Sure, you know, Scotty Barnes, that's a guy you gotta really prepare to take that role. I think they're still looking for a number 2 option, and I don't think Emmanuel Quickly or RJ Barrett are gonna be a number 2 option to help this team win in the future. I think it's just kind of like a weird moratorium of like, oh, we're kind of trying, but also if we suck, then we suck. It doesn't matter. They're in like a weird middle ground, which is the worst place you can possibly be in the entire NBA. Trust me, I know. I'm a Blazer fan. I know. But anyways, if you want to know their top 10, no, Victor Wembanyama isn't in their top 10. I've seen some lists with Victor as a top 10 player. Number 10, you have Anthony Edwards. Number 9, you have Kevin Durant. Is Anthony Edwards better than Kevin Durant? We did see him outperform him in the playoffs. Number 8, we have Joel Embiid. Yo, Joel Embiid is falling down the list. He was just an MVP, man. What the heck? 7, you have LeBron. I love LeBron James. You guys know I glaze LeBron all the time, but him over Katie and Joel is a major glaze. That's a major glaze. 6, we have Steph Curry. 5, we have Jason Tatum, the guy who didn't even win Finals MVP of his own championship run. I'm kidding, by the way, but also interesting. Number 4, we have SGA. Number 3, we have Giannis. Number 2, Luka Doncic. Number 1, still have Nikola Jokic, which is fine. That's fine. At the start of the year, that's okay. But I do think Luka takes the reign. He becomes the best player in the NBA. Luka Doncic, but number one is Nikola Jokic. Also, kind of a no-death thing. But yeah, no Jalen Brunson. Again, no Victor Wembanyama. LeBron ranked over Joel Embiid. Interesting takes here and there. I think definitely the Jalen Brunson one is very arguable. I mean, that guy was probably the best player in the playoffs for a handful of weeks into the NBA season. I'm saying the NBA postseason. That dude was dropping crazy games in the playoffs. So I think Jalen Brunson, if he's not 11, you should be 11, or at least in that top 10 range, because he looked extremely good last year. Yeah, guys, that's really it. If you want to take a look into the future, October 22nd, the day after my birthday live stream, is the start of the NBA season. That's kind of why I'm doing this video. First game that tips off is the Timberwolves against the LA Lakers, and then you have the Knicks going up against the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics ring ceremony will be that night. We get to see LeBron and AD. We get to see the new look Timberwolves. We get to see the new look New York Knicks. That was hard to say. And the Celtics get their rings. That's going to be really exciting to watch. I think the game of the night is, of course, going to be the Knicks Celtics. That's going to be a toss-up game. I'm going to be there, sitting there, popcorn in hand. Not popcorn. Maybe chips and salsa. I don't know. I'll think about it. And watching that game, have a little drink. It's going to be a good time. And the Laker-Timberwolves game, I think, is going to be a blowout. I think the Timberwolves really want to show everyone that, hey, we made the right move. We are going to look good. And again, I do think Julius Randle is going to have a comeback season. I think he might play his way into almost being an all-star this year. I think it's going to happen. I think the Lakers get blown out in that game. But Knicks Celtics, that's going to be a toss-up. I'm going to give it to the Celtics, though, just because, you know, the Knicks kind of have to alter their team to, you know, find a way to put Karl Towns, a really good player, an all-star player, into their offense. It might take a handful of weeks to see what that team really becomes, and the Celtics are just the Celtics. Very quickly, October 23rd, Pacers against the Pistons. Definitely giving that one to the Pacers. Bucks, Sixers. Oh my God, they're blessing us with some great games to start the NBA season. It's a home game for the Sixers. Sixers, I think, do not have Paul George. I think they're also not going to have Tyrese Maxey. I think he also got hurt too, so I'm going to give that one to the Bucks. Shout out Dame. Cavaliers, Raptors, going to give that one to the Cavs, unless the Raptors are to find a way to win at home. Magic and Heat, I think that's going to be a super underrated game. I think the Heat actually win that game. Heat really need to turn the tides, because, man, a lot of people are counting them out, and I think a good win against a playoff team in Orlando could get that tide rolling. Nets and Hawks. I think the Hawks get the win there. The Nets are going to suck really bad this year. Bulls, Pelicans, Lonzo's old team. Don't think they get the job done. I'm going to give that to the Pelicans. The Bulls are also going to be kind of a struggling team this year as well. Hornets, Rockets. Rockets win. Grizzlies, Jazz. Jazz are going to be a very bad team as well. No offense. Giving it the Grizzlies. We have the Blazers against the Warriors. Blazers suck, so Warriors win that one. And Clippers, Suns. Clippers without Kawhi. 1000% giving that to the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this like little random whisper ramble on everything up to date. Well, not everything up to date. Just some up-to-date talk with some whisper rambling on the NBA season that's coming up, and I'm super excited to see what happens. I'll be there talking to you guys this Monday on my ASMR birthday live stream about the day before the NBA season kicks off again on October 22nd. We can talk about picks and winners and predictions and all that fun stuff, so make sure you guys stop by. Man, I can't talk. The live stream on Monday. Make sure you press the like button on the video